But again, listen, I want to be frank and open about this. Maybe this won't work, because right now, the level of the river is at just about the lowest it will ever be. The whole bloody thing collapses, so I don't mind a bit of poison now and again. Will they be okay in there?
Yeah.
So you just bought some shellfish. Yeah, tell me the word in Thai.
Hoi khom.
Hoi, hoi.
Hoi khom.
Jack baht.
100.
100 baht for all them? It's definitely okay in there, man, yeah?
Yeah.
Just for a day?
I put all in a lot, about 6 kilogram to the pond. But this one, I keep it to eat.
So if you want to contract severe food poisoning as a foreigner, eat a clay pot full of shellfish like that. I will not be touching those. These are grapes that we're growing here. This big chunky trunk thing. Absolutely no idea if that can be a success or not. I'm completely clueless, but as I said in a few videos back, it's all about trial and error, isn't it? And let's have a little wander down and have a look how this is now looking. Before we did this job, this was just a bit of a, well, it was a wasted space. There were so many trees obscuring this area. It was almost like for 4 years, it was out of sight, out of mind, you know? We would skirt around this area, not really venture into it, other than to pick some bamboo from these couple of trees. You'll have seen me do that in other videos. All this area is now cleared, you see. I'll go down here, proceed properly. We've done, ooh, ow, flip your neck. Should have done that in flip-flop, should I? Oh, God. So this now leads into the existing canal. About 20 metres that way was the start of the old canal. So this has been dug through. We're now in this newly dug pond. So previously, this space, this pond section, would only fill with water for about 1 month of every year during the very heavy part of the monsoon season in about August or September. That was just literally from rainfall. We'll extend this pipe here so it reaches into the pond. This will be absolutely full of water. It will naturally then fill the canal, which in turn will fill this section of canal. This is a new bit. And then we'll fill up this shallow pond, and it will go on to fill this section of canal, which is all brand new. Doing any kind of job like this, whether it's landscaping, whether it's renovating a house, you know, whether it's buying a business that's on its arse and hoping to turn it around, you have to have vision. You have to have the ability to think beyond now, beyond where we're at and what it looks like, and be prepared to go through a period where you've kind of, aesthetically at least, made it look worse. That's okay, that's okay. You know, we have 100% faith in what we're trying to achieve here. So, like I said in the last video, I don't mind that this all looks like shit at the moment. It's okay. It's just part of it. As I said in numerous times, we're not really in any rush. But I am excited to see this fill with water, not just kind of stagnant looking, muddy, murky water. Hey Judy. Hey Judy. It's too hot for you out here, my darling. Hey, let's go back. You're checking out the new water. This blue pipe here, we had the digger put this through. It comes out this side. Just there, look, it's got a bit of mud on it right now. And that is just to, again, give us a little bit of water management or flood management during that 1 week of the year when, if we're going to get flooded, we will get flooded, which usually happens in September, end of September, October time. So if the rain is so heavy that this area of land starts getting submerged, we have a couple of points, a couple of pipes like this at various points around the farm, and it will drain that water off, that rainwater, into the canals. You have to also remember though, when the water is so high, the canals are full up, or in some cases, certainly for a couple of weeks over the monsoon season, they're overflowing. Now, let me just clear up a point that perhaps I wasn't clear enough about in that last video when we had all this work done. And it's about the pump and the function of that pump when it's in the river. So this time of year, when it is so hot, it's so dry, and there is just no rain, other than, you know, the occasional day once every few months, like we had last week, you know, we are desperate for water around the farm. Now, we can pump it out of the ground. There's the blue pipes that pump the water from under the ground there. But the water we get from that source has to provide all of the water for the house, for the farm, for the plants, for the plunge pool, for the ponds. And if we didn't do this, for the canals as well. That's why we've done this. Because right now, the level of the river is at just about the lowest it will ever be. Once it gets beyond July, up until about October, November, and actually right up until Christmas, the level of the water reaches just below these pipes here. So when we have a pump, which will be attached to a pipe that will be right down there and dipped in that water, we'll obviously be pumping water into our farm. Now again, look, this is only a theory. Feel free to comment on the video about potential pitfalls with this, because I guess I'm looking at this in a very black and white way. You know, the theory of this should work, but you know, as I've said before, and as you are fully aware by now, I'm not an engineer in any way, shape or form. The idea is, in September and October, when this is completely full of water, and then we get flooded because we have such heavy rain, and there are various points along the river that flood and add to the existing water that's on the ground. The water will come off this mountain here, and this whole area gets flooded for about a week or maybe 2 weeks every year. Obviously, some floods are worse than others. The one we had last year was barely anything. There was no issue at all. But the one before was pretty horrific. The water almost reached the level of the house. It was 2 meters high. It's quite a scary week. So the idea is, when this water level is uncomfortably high, when the canals are overflowing and the ponds overflowing, we simply swap this round. We take the pump out of the river and we simply attach the pump to this side of the road within our water. And the theory of that, again, please contribute in the comments, because in my mind, this will work. I think that we'll be able to then pump water throughout the day out of that pond, which should bring the level of the water down on our farm, and we just pump it straight back into the river. Yes, the river will already be very, very high, but it won't be high enough that it's coming over this riverbank here. That never really happens. Hey, you two, be careful on the edge. Be careful on the edge. Judy, Stamp, come on, come on. Hopefully that answers a few questions that I had in the comments in the last video. But again, listen, I want to be frank and open about this. Like I said before, this is all trial and error. Maybe this won't work. Maybe it won't work to help us with the flood every year. Maybe it won't. But at the very least, we will have water constantly around the entire farm. As you can see here, this canal's still got some water in it, only a little bit, and it's just because it's not all the same level all the way around it. It really doesn't matter if it's deeper at one point than the other. It has no effect on what we're doing whatsoever. As ever, if you're enjoying the video, give me one of them, a big fat juicy thumbs up. Even consider subscribing to the channel. Oh my god, I need a haircut. Just turn off this. No, it can't have too much water in a mango tree. This is the mango tree we bought last week. It's about a year old. As you can see, there's already mangoes growing on it. Lots of people said in the comments that this is actually passion fruit. I have built this kind of climbing aid out of bamboo. Well, with the help of a few cable ties, as ever, I started to creep and climb around this. Grows very, very fast, this. I would recommend buying one of those, passion fruit. We bought it online. It's pretty cheap, I can't remember, less than 100 baht, plus like a delivery fee. It came in great condition and obviously it survived. Now, they didn't all survive. The avocados are planted, they all died. But you know, you win some, you lose some, don't you? You've got to try. You've got to be in it to win it, haven't you? So yeah, fingers crossed, these grapes will work. Certainly not dead yet, although there are a few brown bits on the leaves. I don't know how healthy that is. We've got water going, so maybe I'll get the watering can on this actually. Something's growing there as well, I don't know what that is. This side of the creeper isn't getting any water by the looks of it. That's not reaching, is it? Oh, the end's gone. Someone took the end off that. Oh. One thing you have to be aware of when you are building or buying a property in Thailand is termites. You have to be very, very careful because they will get into the real core of your building, into your foundations. The little things, they actually eat through concrete, believe it or not, which is an incredible thing to think about. Anyway, when we had this property built, we had a few of these little access points, and these are left so as once a year we can pour termite, I guess it's poison. Poison seems like a harsh word. Well, it is poison. It's stuff to kill or prevent the termites from eating away the foundations and the footings of the house, and the whole bloody thing collapses. So I don't mind a bit of poison now and again. So once Anna has translated the directions on the back of this bottle into English for me, then I just pour some down here, and this network of pipes go right the way underneath all of the footings, and it prevents those termites from eating the house to bits. Hello, beautiful. What you up to? Hey? It's hot today, isn't it? Hey? It's too hot to be out on the farm chasing frogs, I understand. Chill out here, relax in the shade, okay? That's enough, mate. I've got work to do. I can't keep just petting you all day. Now, this stuff is expensive when you see it on the shelf. Tiny bottle, it's just 250 millilitres, and if I remember rightly, don't fact check me on this, but I think it was about 2,000 baht. It's about £50 with the conversion, but it will last years and years. Now look, I'm not promoting this, it's just the one that we picked up off the shelf. This is so powerful, this stuff, it's so concentrated. There's a ratio of 1 to 400 on it. So if you were to use this whole bottle, you would need 100 litres of water, I think. For this size house, we need about 10 litres of the liquid to go down here. So actually, even though this is 2,000 baht a bottle, it will last us years and years, because we only really do this once or maybe twice a year. It is crazily hot today. It's getting on towards 40 degrees. The dry season, the hot season is well upon us now. You might need to do this job over a few sessions, because once you've filled up that pipe under the ground, you're at the mercy of how quickly the water is dispersed through the holes that are in it. It's the same as if you're drip feeding water to your plants through a pipe and there's holes in it, you know. That's 10 litres in there.